Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I do that. Today's video is my favorite products that I was using in the month of January. If they weren't a favorite product for that month, I didn't include it. I have something for almost every category. And also I was thinking I'm going to do something extra on the end of other favorite things that I had. So let's just start kind of how I put this crap on my face. So for favorite primers this month, my favorite primer this month was unfortunately an expensive one, but I was like, what's the deal with this? What is the deal? What are people talking about? So this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops Ultimate Glow Brightening. This is expensive. This is not necessary, but this is beautiful. It's clear. It has a slight watermelon scent, but not an artificial watermelon scent in my opinion. It's kind of actually a real one. I put this on my face before I put on foundation as like a priming step, and it's so nice. It's not glittery because of that. There's a hair on my face. It makes my makeup look slightly more, I'm oily and I actually really enjoy this. So it kind of brings a bit of a glow through to the skin and I just really like it. So far it's kind of good and kind of bad that I like it so much, but I also had to include another one. I think it's not as expensive, but it's still expensive. I got this product from Ashley here on YouTube and I'll link her down below. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I had never used this before. And guys, I'm down to here. I'm down to here now, if you look through the light. So I've used this much of it and I really like it. It has a slight lavender color over the skin, but it gives this a bit of a glow, and this too comes through on my skin. I really enjoyed this too. So I just had to mention it because I've never tried this before and I actually really enjoyed it. It did give a bit of a glow to the skin. It did kind of even out my redness as well, which was weird because I'm like really red here and here. I red everywhere pretty much. Then for foundations, I used a good few of my foundations this month, but this one I'd have to say was one of my favorite foundations this month. And because this is in the shade F0.5 and it's from Revolution Pro and it's the CC Perfecting Foundation. There is 26 mils in this, or 0.87 fluid ounces. Is this being discontinued? Can someone tell me that? I have been seeing it on Beauty Bay. I was trying to get a link to send it to Becca Hope here on YouTube, but they're all reduced. Is it being discontinued? I'm so disappointed, but like I'm down to here and I'm not panning it, which that is huge for me because I only ever make foundation progress when I'm panning it. And if I've gone down this far, you know. A second favorite for me would be this Laura Mercier one, the really expensive one. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm used this to lighten this. Mine is in the shade 2C1 Ecru and that's too dark for me. This has a lovely consistency. It's like a real radiant glowy finish. It's a medium coverage. Really, really liked it. But this one is much more affordable. It's like 12 euros or under. And it is thicker, like it is closer to full coverage with a more luminous finish. I really liked it. I'm kind of disappointed to see if that's gonna go, but I hope it's not because I would get it again. It's affordable and it's really handy. Do you know what I mean? It's so handy. I really liked that. Loved it. Then for concealer, a favorite concealer that I've had this month, which I really enjoyed, was this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair Rose and I really liked it. It was a medium coverage and it had a kind of a nice hydrating effect and it was a little bit dewy and it didn't sink into my under eye lines. It just went over it. It didn't fully like mask out the under eye dark circles, but it did a pretty good job of it. I really enjoyed it. Like I'm wanting to reach for this over my more expensive ones, and I think this one cost me 6 euros. Well, it didn't cost me 6 euros because I got it in the chemist, but it would cost 6 euros, and I just really was surprised by it. Like I would get that again already. I really loved it. Kind of disappointed that I had to roll around my shop stash. For blush, I'm picking a cream product. I used powder brushes this month and I liked them all, but I wouldn't call them favorites. This one, however, is the Fenty Cream Beauty in the shade 10 Rosé Latte, and I really loved it. It's really easy to use. Let me open it. Really easy to use. Look at that. It's kind of like a bronzer shade a little bit. It's so beautiful and it's really easy. Just dab it onto your skin and blend, and if you have no idea what you're doing, it's fine. You wouldn't overdo it easily because you can blend it away so quickly. It is a little bit expensive, that much is true, but it's absolutely beautiful. Loved using it, disappointed to put it away because I loved using it so much. For bronzer, I didn't have a favourite cream bronzer this month, but I did enjoy using the ones I had. However, this is a powder one that I'm really surprised about, guys, because you don't hear the people talk about it anymore. This is the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer, and it was actually so, I always complained that this was like a yellow face powder, but obviously I was wearing it when I was a little bit deeper than I am now. But I loved this. It was just kind of disappointed to put it away as well because I was really enjoying using it. It was so easy to apply. It was so, I overdo bronzers so easily. This one, it was just like boop, grand, no problem, and blended away easily. It is a matte finish and I really liked it, and I think they're like 32, 34 euros, so they're not cheap. But I have panned one of these before and it took over 2 years of doing it every time I wore my makeup. Loved it. Was really surprised just how much I liked it because I hadn't used it in so long, but I really did love it. For highlighter, again, I was using highlighters that I really enjoy, but I wouldn't call them a favourite. However, this one, this is the Nabla Skin Blazing in the shade Skin Glazing in the shade Privilege. And yeah, I just loved it. It has zero kick up. Is this a gelée? I don't know, I heard people say it. There it is there. I have it on me today. I don't know if you can see it. It's like this pink finish, but it's not intense. It doesn't accentuate texture as much as other things, but I think all highlighters you're going to see texture. The shade is pretty, I would say it's kind of true to pan, because like, I don't know if you can see, but they look pretty much the same. I absolutely love it. It's like the perfect level of intensity for what I'm into right now. It's not too intense, but it's there, and it's such a lovely shade. There's zero kick up. It's weird for me not seeing any kick up, but I loved it. Loved it. I'm still using it. It's still in my Shop My Stash and I really enjoy it. Love it. For powder, this is a surprising one. I've used so many powders this month and I enjoyed them all, but my Project Pan one has been my favourite so far. This is the original RCMA Makeup No Colour Powder. There's 3 ounces in this. What's 3 ounces in grams? Is that like 40 something grams? That's a lot. But this I think was like 15 euros. I love this. It's so handy. It's so easy. I just tap it into, I take the lid off of this and just tap a little bit in here and use it. That's how I've been using it. And I was just really surprised because I've been using Hourglass powders and everything, but I actually have preferred this, which is great because I'm panning it, so I'm stuck with it. For eyelid primer, I've been using 3 this month, but this one has been my favourite out of the 3. This is the ABH Primer Eye Primer. Mine is a mini. It's 2 mils. This is really sticky, but it also has a little bit of a yellow base pigment, which I prefer. Something with a slight yellow base pigment to just cancel out all of my veins. The one I'm using at the moment is lovely, but it doesn't have any base pigment, so this is definitely my favourite of the month. I've been really liking it and I kind of want to go back to it again. What's your favourite primer that has a base pigment? I need to know. For lip product, I've actually been using like 17 billion lip products this month, but my standout favourite was this one. This is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lip in the shade Miami Fever. I never thought in this day and age that I'd have a liquid lip as a favourite. This doesn't feel like your stereotypical liquid lip. It's not as drying as they normally are. It's still dry, but nowhere near as dry. It's more comparable to a long-lasting lipstick. Transfers a little bit, fades off really well, and I really like it. I have it on pretty much all of my January videos, I think, and all of my January looks. I wore it literally the entire time because I loved it. I would try another one of these, this brand. Someone else said to me that the Dose of Colours formula is nice. I haven't tried that, but this is the only Ofra one I have and I loved it. For eyeshadows, I've obviously been using a pile of eyeshadows this month. I don't ever put my Project Pan eyeshadow really in because it's not a favourite, but I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to share with you today that have been like a weird surprise. The first one is this NARS Orgasm X, and I got this from Christine Anne, which I think everyone is used to me saying, but like, what? The best thing ever. I will be happy about that for the rest of my life. But this is what it looks like on the inside. It's a quad. There it is there. I had never tried NARS eyeshadows before this, and all of the time I spray my brush if I'm applying a shimmer shade, all of the time, every time, no matter what the brand is. But I just said to myself, sure, I'll see what this is like without a sprayed brush. It's beautiful. I was like so shocked with just how nice that these are, and this matte shade was like so blendable, so juicy. I actually loved this. I was so shocked because, well, I'd never tried NARS eyeshadows. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I always expect that I need to spray my brush, whereas I did not for this, and I was really shocked. Are all NARS eyeshadows like this? Because that's excellent, such good quality. Loved it. I'm still using it because it's still in my shop mustache. The second one, also Christine, and this is the Divine Rose too. This is the second one. I have this on me today actually, funny enough. I had never tried Pat McGrath before, and it's really heavy, okay? It's like really heavy. I'd say the bulk of the cost is for the component. It has to be. It's just so expensive and heavy. Is it necessary? No, but if you're going to charge that much money, then yeah. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's just stunning. Like, isn't it just? I have nothing like these shades. If I had, it would be more like this, but nothing like any of these. The only shade I haven't used yet is this one here. And I'm just so, today I have this down as a base. This shade here is actually so stunning on its own. It's even nicer on the eye. And I didn't spray my brush for this either. This one I have on top. It's just so nice. I have my Pan That palette in the crease, but I also have this shade in the crease here as well. It's just so stunning. It's so expensive. I really don't know what formula this is similar to, but it's so good. I can't justify the price of it, but it really is so beautiful. Like, I still think Sydney Grey shades are like way more pigmented. A lot of indie shades are like way more pigmented, but this is still hugely pigmented, if that makes sense. It's just beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. If you were for spending a fortune on this and you got it and you'd never tried it before, you definitely wouldn't be disappointed by the quality because it's absolutely stunning. But it would want to be for the price. But look at that, like, oh, it's so, like, these Transformer shades are so cool. They're so different. Like, look at that on my eye. I don't know if you can see, it's like pink and green. I just want to keep wearing it and wearing it and wearing it. There was a small bit of kick up when I used it. Not with the matte shade, but with these two shimmers. Absolutely loved it. This was definitely a favourite, and I'm really shocked by it. I never keep the boxes for things, but I am with this one because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Then, favourites that are not makeup this month. I said I'd include some things. So I have exams coming up in March, so I'm filming 2 days a week rather than 3 days a week. So I'm not including a book because if I'm working a lot lately, and if I had time to read, I would be studying, okay? So that's the story. But food, I'm going to link 2 recipes down below, or else I'll screenshot them, put them on my Pinterest, and just link you to the Pinterest. So I have a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian. So the first one is from the website BBC Good Food. It is a sausage and bean casserole. Going forward, I will take pictures of the meal if it's really nice. But for now, I'll just link you to the website because I didn't know I was going to do this. It sounds kind of, oh, that sounds all right, doesn't it? If someone says sausage and bean casserole, you're like, But a girl at work recommended it to me, and I don't know what came over pork now, and we said we'd make it. I've been eating this for 2 years now, I'd say. I add mashed potato to it or rice and make it. Just make it, but chop up your sausages. Even though it says don't, it's nicer when they're chopped up. Jumbo sausages, it's so nice, and I mix it into mashed potato and or rice. I prefer mashed potato because I could have mashed potato every day for the rest of my life. Spuds for life. But that is beautiful. And then the vegetarian one, the nicest one I've had this month is it's a mixed bean chili. Is that what it's called? I'll have it linked here and down below, but it's a mixed chili. It's a 5 bean chili. Good Lord, it's something to do with beans and chili, but it's actually really nice. I really liked it, and definitely recommend. So, and it's healthy, so I'll link that down below for you too, because it's lovely. I think that's my only weird non-makeup favorite this month, but as things happen, like perfume, candles, book, I will include it, but I'm not going to include stuff just for the sake of it, because then it's not really a favorite. So if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Take care. Bye.